Okay, well, it is noon. It's actually 12:01 according to my cell phone, and I want to welcome you to the Franklin Board of Trade 2020 annual meeting. We are recording this, so I understand that this is kind of a crazy time of year, and it's been just a crazy year in general, and some folks might not be able to get on to join us live, but we will be sharing this afterwards so that those that couldn't join us right now can watch later. So thank you for being on here, and thank you for all of the support that you've given the neighborhood and the Board of Trade over this most unusual year. So we'll get right into it. And we want to start by doing the obvious. We want to thank all of our sponsors and members, but in particular our sustaining sponsors, gold level members, Cover My Meds and Mount Carmel, Redding Rock plus CCL, and West Banco. They are our gold level sponsors, and we appreciate their support. Silver level sponsors, COSI, Heartland Bank, and Thompson Hine. And then a new sponsor that we got this year, Thrive Companies. If you recall from several previous meetings and things that we've talked about, Thrive is the company that will be doing the redevelopment of the Mount Carmel West campus. And we're really excited about that because, the demolition has finally been completed. The ground is leveled, and they should be getting started on construction so that we can see things coming out of the ground very, very soon. That's an exciting part of the neighborhood redevelopment because that's been a long time coming. So we appreciate their support, and we appreciate what they're going to bring to the neighborhood. And then our bronze level sponsors, Briscoe Broadband, Finance Fund, Kaufman Development, Nationwide, Oswald Companies, the Robert Weiler Company, River and Rich, and Snyder Brick and Block. We sincerely appreciate their support as well. And additional thanks go to all of the other members that have given us support over the years, I should say. Our premium corporate members, our general corporate members, nonprofit and individual members. Of course, we want to recognize all of the wonderful neighborhood organizations with which we work and partner, and all of you, all of the individuals that have come to our events and supported our activities. We appreciate your support and encouragement. We want to recognize our funding partners as well, the Columbus Foundation, the City of Columbus, the Puffin Foundation, and United Way of Central Ohio. And of course, most of what we do could not be done on our own. And we are completely grateful and appreciative of all of our project partners, which include Keep Columbus Beautiful, Jordan's Crossing, Neighborhood Design Center, The Refuge, 180 Demo, Gladden Community House, Site Waste Service LLC, and Clean Turn. It's partnerships like these that help us do things that make big differences in the neighborhood, and we appreciate their support and their ideas and their enthusiasm that allows us to partner with them and make great things happen. So thank you to all of our partners. And of course, I wouldn't be able to do what I do without the support and the encouragement of our Board of Trustees. The 2020 Board of Trustees was Tom Palmer, President, Thompson Hine LLP. Lynn Kiefer was our treasurer from West Banco. Chuck Giller is our secretary with Midwest Fresh, which is now currently known as What Chefs Want. And we also had as additional trustees, Mike Amorine with Heartland Bank, Mark Gobble with Machinery and Tool Rental Incorporated, Kathy Goddardam with Redding Rock plus CCL, which if some of you are unfamiliar with that name, that is the former Columbus Coal and Lime. They merged with Redding Rock and are now known as Redding Rock plus CCL. Jason Como with Mount Carmel Health System, Cynthia Langhurt with Mid-Ohio Electric, Jeff Mormon with the Finance Fund, Doug Buchanan with COSI, Brian Bainbridge with CRT Realtors, and John Rush with Clean Turn and 180 Demo. These guys have been completely supportive and incredibly helpful to helping advance the mission of the Franklin Board of Trade to advocate, beautify, connect, and I could not be more appreciative of their service to the organization. In 2021, our Board of Trustees will remain largely the same. We're going to be absent one of the original trustees from 2020, but we will be bringing back Tom Palmer, Lynn Kiefer, Chuck Giller, Mike Amorine, Mark Gobble, Kathy Goddardam, Jason Coma, Jeff Mormon, Doug Buchanan, Brian Bainbridge, and John Rush. We did not have any new nominations for new board members. So really the official business part of this meeting is not needed because we didn't have any new nominations, and all of these folks will be rolling over into another year of the current term that they're in. At our January meeting, we will be choosing who the officers will be. I can tell you that Tom Palmer, this was his last year as the board president. So we will be selecting a new board president, and then of course the treasurer and secretary and vice president positions will also be considered at that January meeting. But thank you to them for their continued service into the new year. I do want to take just a moment to recognize the board member that will be leaving us after this year, Cynthia Langhurt with Mid-Ohio Electric. If you've never met Cynthia, she is one of the kindest people I've ever met, extremely helpful, just a real advocate and supporter of the Franklinton neighborhood, and in particular the Franklinton Board of Trade. She's been on the board for a long time. She's been a supporter for a long time, and their company has been in Franklinton for a very long time on McKinley Avenue. Her and her son, Bruce Langhurt Jr., have both been very present at many of our functions. In particular, Cynthia has been instrumental in making our galas a huge success. You know, this year was a little different with the way the gala came together, but she still contributed in whatever ways that she could to make it successful. And we are excited that she has, although she is leaving the board, she has agreed that she will remain on the planning committee for the gala. And we're extremely happy about that because her service in that capacity is very much needed. So thank you, Cynthia. Enjoy your second Tuesday morning of the month. From now on, you won't be needing to join us, so hopefully you can have a second cup of coffee and take a little time for yourself. So thank you for your service. So we want to talk a little bit about what we did in 2020. A really unusual year. I don't need to sit here and tell anybody that. Much of what we would have been doing was not possible. But it's incredible the ways that we found to be productive and be helpful in spite of all of the challenges that we've all faced in 2020. So to name a few of the more significant things that we actually were able to accomplish, we served as a conduit for philanthropic donations to assist with challenges presented by COVID-19 through some anonymous funders that have been supportive of the Board of Trade. We were able to funnel $59,000 to neighborhood nonprofit partners that provide direct services to Franklinton residents. Yes, that number is correct, $59,000 through private philanthropic donations that were given to the Board of Trade, and they simply asked us to make sure that direct service providers were being helped with that money. So that was incredibly generous, and we were incredibly happy to be able to serve and provide assistance to many organizations. To name a few, Gladden Community House, Jordan's Crossing, Lower Lights, Little Bottoms, Free Store. Many nonprofit partners benefited from this generous donation. We filmed short videos with several local businesses to highlight their services and help them stay connected through the original portion of the shutdown. We partnered with Clean Turn and 180 Demo, along with Site Waste Service LLC in May, and we worked on cleaning up neighborhood alleys. And what started off as a plan to do about a week worth of service to clean alleys turned into an entire month. And the result was 64,000 pounds of trash and over 80 tires were collected from neighborhood alleys. It was an incredible effort. It was an incredible result. And we were very happy with everything that happened in with this project, which was the idea of Clean Turn. They came to me and said that they wanted to do something, and this is what we came up with. But the work still continues. Trash and illegal dumping is still a problem in Franklinton, but this was an effort that really proved that regular and consistent and daily attention to this issue is the only way to find a solution. So we thank Clean Turn, 180 Demo, and Site Waste Service for helping make that happen. We served as a community referral partner to promote and support the Columbus-Franklin County COVID-19 Small Business Response and Recovery Fund. Several Franklinton businesses benefited, and well over $8 million in grants and loans were dispersed throughout Columbus during this program. That program started off with one round, and it was so well received that they went into round two. And the $8 million number could very well be much, much higher than that at this point, after all of the applications were reviewed and decisioned. But I can tell you for sure that over $8 million were dispersed in the form of grants and loans to help small businesses survive the pandemic. We partnered with Gladden Community House and Tommy's Diner to deliver lunches to Franklinton senior citizens. And then our promotion, along with Gladden's social media promotions of this effort, generated additional donations that allowed us to serve even more residents than originally expected. So in addition to that, other donations that came into Tommy's Diner also allowed us to deliver 8 complete family Thanksgiving meals to residents in need. We offered testimony on 2 different cases that were in front of Franklin County Environmental Court Judge Angela Mingo that resulted in 2 drug houses in the neighborhood being boarded up. Problems still exist, but we were very proud and happy that we were able to offer information that resulted in at least 2 of them being boarded up. We held a successful virtual auction and fundraiser in place of our normal gala that raised $12,525 to support our operations. We served as a community partner for the Cleaner Columbus program, spearheaded by Columbus City Council member Emmanuel Remy. We worked alongside Star House, the Van Buren Shelter, Franklinton High School, and Lower Lights Ministries / Rachel's House, and many Franklinton residents to perform the services for this program, which was designed to use CARE Act dollars to pay residents in financial hardship to clean litter in the neighborhood. And we were able to engage 98 individuals in this program, and we were able to put $45,000 of relief funds into their pockets in this time of great need. In addition to that, the results of the Franklinton effort resulted in over 2,200 bags of trash being collected. But again, the work still continues. We partnered with Sigma Network to distribute 86 frozen turkeys and 70 spiral cut hams to several neighborhood partners for distribution to families in need. This was one of the unusual ones that I often shook my head this year thinking, wow, I never thought I'd be doing these things as the Board of Trade. But in a situation like we had in 2020, you pretty much just decide to jump in wherever you can and help out wherever the help is needed. And so we were excited to be called by Sigma and offered this opportunity, and making the holidays just a little bit brighter for many, many families that may have gone without otherwise. And we successfully concluded the formation of the Franklinton Special Improvement District, SID. This effort began way back in 2018, and now the SID is its own entity with an independent board of trustees. and the funds and activity for the SID is expected to begin in mid-2021. And I'm sure we will have much more information and details to share about that as the planning for that effort and those services continue to unfold. So what's ahead for 2021? Well, we look forward to working alongside the Franklinton SID Board to begin services that will improve the neighborhood. That work is still ahead of us. That work is still being sorted out, but we do look forward to that funding mechanism being in place, which was the main drive behind the Board of Trade's effort to get the SID established, was so that we could have a funding mechanism to allow these services, cleaning the sidewalks, picking up trash, pulling weeds, power washing, being additional eyes on the street for security purposes. And then the expectation is that the SID revenue will increase over time, over the 5-year term of the SID program. And we will be able to continue layering on more and more services as that revenue continues to increase. So we look forward to what that will look like and the services that will be provided to improve the neighborhood. We look forward to additional partnerships and projects that will allow us to funnel resources into the neighborhood to help businesses and residents weather the uncertainty that lies ahead. Certainly, we know that the vaccine is coming, and there's obviously some light at the end of the tunnel, but 2021 is still a pretty big question mark in many, many ways. And so we look forward to being able to partner with the City of Columbus and Franklin County and all of the others that we mentioned already to do additional programs like the Small Business Recovery and Response Fund and Cleaner Columbus activity and things of that nature that will continue to help residents in financial hardship and small businesses in financial hardship to be able to continue to employ people and continue to serve their customers and continue to be a thriving and successful business. That is a primary goal for us in 2021, to continue those services and that advocacy in providing those resources. We truly hope to host an in-person networking event, a monthly luncheon, and our gala in 2021 when it is safe to do so. While that is our sincere hope, while that's our what we anticipate, certainly, as I said already, 2021 still is a pretty large question mark. And so our goal is to hold in-person events, but that will all be dictated by what's safe and when it's appropriate. And then we will continue to be a partner and a resource so that we are helpful in a variety of ways that takes advantage of opportunities to advocate, beautify, connect on behalf of the Franklinton community. Advocate, beautify, connect really kind of sums up what we do in a nutshell. And I think that the list that I read off for the 2020 activities and what our expectations for in 2021 really do encompass those 3 words. And they are what drives our activities, drives our efforts, and drives our vision. And so we appreciate your support and believing in our ability and our desire to advocate, beautify, connect. So how can you help? Well, I think the best way that we can help the neighborhood right now is to shop local, support small business, and shop Franklinton. All of our small businesses are hurting in so many ways. Some businesses did well during the pandemic, but most of them, I would say the majority of them that I've talked to, have had severe hardship, and they're making it work. But the only reason they're making it work is because we continue to support them, not just the Board of Trade, but all of us, everyone who has an interest, a stake in Franklinton and a stake in Columbus, quite frankly, are what is going to help the small businesses survive this and come out on the other end stronger and better and able to serve us and provide the delicious food and the wonderful drinks and the products and services that we've all come to love to acquire from our neighborhood small businesses. So continue to do that. And of course, we are grateful for your continued support of the Franklin Board of Trade so that we can continue the advocacy that we have provided during the course of 2020. So our in-person events are obviously a lot longer in time, and there's a lot of networking and handshaking and hugging and celebrating that we get to do. And unfortunately, we don't get to do that this year. So that is going to be the conclusion of our annual meeting. And like I said, this has been recorded, and we will be sharing it on our Facebook page, and we will have it on our website, hopefully later today. And I would encourage you that if you joined the call late, or if you're someone that was not able to get on the call at all, or if you know someone that was not able to get on the call at all, please share this link when we have it ready for distribution. We'll be happy to have you share that as widely as possible to tell the story of what we were able to accomplish in 2020 and gain support for the small businesses and the residents and the community of Franklinton. So thank you and happy holidays. And we look forward to seeing you in 2021.